welcome back to the channel. We're not wasting any time today. We are getting right into the thick of it. Jumping in here, pulled off the rockers. I'm going to move in and get rid of all these push rods. So what I got going on here, built myself a fancy dancy little organization board here for the slim chance that we might actually be able to use all the push rods, valves, and tappets. I made these two little trays here so that I can set everything in the order that it comes out of the engine. Got it marked back, front, right, and left, so that if I can use them all, they'll go back in the exact same hole that they were. And we'll do that for both sides, including the valves. Now the valves will be a little later on once the heads come off, but this is just to organize things as best we can. So next part will be is trying to get the tappets out all on the bottom. So I got both sides pulled off and all my rods out. Now the next thing is going to be is to get the tappets themselves out. Now should be a straightforward procedure here, except the only part that's nice and smooth and moves well is the part that's the 1-inch part that's inside the cast of the block. On the bottoms, it's kind of hard to see, but where the surface rust is, once it comes up, it starts to really get tight. So this is where it's going to take a bit of work to get these out of there. Now there's a little bit of a lip here and a little bit of a ledge here inside where a rod doesn't touch. I might be able to get a little pair of pliers on it, nice and gentle, and wiggle them a bit to try to pop them out. Now I grabbed this one here first just because it was the easiest. And this is what a tappet looks like. There's a little rubber. This here is like a fibery end, and you can see the little ring clip that holds it in. That's the cup that keeps all the oil in there. And this thing is immaculate. It is mint. There's no wear on that at all. This is unreal. Before this engine sat, I can't believe that someone would just dump a car like this. Like there's almost no wear on this at all. Now this engine, the speedometer does say 90. I think it was, I can't remember now actually. I think it was 97,000 kilometers, but there is no wear. I'm really hoping I can buff off that camshaft because this is smooth as glass. So I got a lot left to go, 16 altogether. And now I pulled this out, so we got 1, 2, 3. This is number 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the board. We'll put him in his place, and we'll carry on. Well, I did what I could. I managed to get 4 of them out on the right-hand side and only 2 out on the left. Now, I'm not going too crazy on them, not hitting them ham real hard. Because they're such good shape, I don't want to damage them at all, so I was just twisting on them nicely with the pliers. If they came, they did. If not, I left them where they're at. I was able to get my pry bar under here, though, and just catch the edge of it, the part that doesn't touch the cam, just catch the edge of it, and I could pry them up. And they're kind of got themselves kind of wedged in the hole here now. They won't drop back down. And that gave me enough clearance, even at the high side of the lobe of the camshaft, that I'll be able to pull the camshaft out. And once the cam's out, cranks out, pistons and everything are out of there, then I'll be able to come through with a piece of dowel and pop them out the other way, kind of tap them through. Now that is one of the perfect times that an impact wrench comes in handy. Yes, I could have did that with a ratchet, but this is one of the times that it definitely saves time, saves pounding on your palms of your hands, and gets the job done quick. I'm gonna throw all these head bolts here in this bag and keep them. I don't think I'll be using them again. I'd rather not. I'd rather get a nice set of ARPs or something like that, because she is gonna be generating a few more horses than she was from factory. Now comes all the anticipation of what this thing's gonna look like inside. I'm gonna try to do this in real time. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. And we'll see what she looks like. That sounded like a crack to me. That is it. She's free there. She's free there. Let's move this camera a bit here. Don't want to do too big of a reveal. Let's pull that head off. Oh, dear Lord. Well, all in one take here. There is, oh, she's not pretty. She's not pretty. Look at inside those cylinders. Just the goop. Now I'm going to lower the camera down because I don't want you to see something here first. Look at that. But there may be a little more to the story of why this engine stopped than what I was told. Because if we look down in here, what is that? That is a valve. Well, I might have spoke a little too soon. Other than a little bit of dirt there, there's no marks on top of that piston. So it maybe it rotted off, or they're just messing around with it and it broke or something, but it definitely didn't hit the piston anyway. And contrary to what you saw when I pulled that open, once I clean this up, these pistons are actually, they're in really good shape. There's some rust in the walls, but until I get in there and scrape it a little better, I don't see any reason why she can't be redone. Yeah, you know, it looks bad, but there's just a little bit of scale on there. So what we'll do is I'll end up cleaning these up the best I can, getting a measurement to see if they are close to factory, if anyone's ever been in this engine before. And if they are about the factory spec, then before I do anything else with the rest of the engine parts, the head and anything, I'll clean this block off and send it off to see if it can be bored out. If they got to take it to 30 thou, oh well, that's fine. Anything over that's kind of pushing it. But if they can get the 30 thou, that's all I need. So I've got the second side pulled off here. And you know, it's got some rust in it, but it's far better than the other side. And actually, I don't know if you can see this one cylinder here. Look, it's like brand new. It looks like it was running yesterday. And that is awesome because I can get a true measurement of this cylinder to see if it's original bore. Now, I don't know why it wouldn't be, you know, because the car has so low mileage on it, but you never know. Someone could have been in here, something else could have happened. But everything looks good, pistons are great. You can see all the marks here pointing forward to the engine. Everything is in the right direction. And like I said, this side is actually really good. This one doesn't even look like it was ever sitting outside. It's perfect. It was even dry carbon inside, other than my oil all around the edge that is soaked right through. This one, the oil was filled to the top, all the crap that I put in there, so it didn't sink through, so the rings are plugged, but this one looks good. And again, the rest of the edges, there's a lip, but just below the lip, it's shiny, it's smooth. It's only the ones that are down all the way that have that little bit of a surface rust all the way down on the other side. So, next thing, got to get this pulley off. And then, got to flip this engine over and get that crank and everything pulled out of there. But that comes to the end of a video on Duchesne's Corner. Just kind of laid everything out here nice and pretty as I'm going, keeping it organized. So far, I'm happy the way things are turning out. A little concerned about the pitting in that cylinder, though I do believe it's not that bad. Do some research to see what's available for oversized piston rings and how big I can actually go. So anyway, I'll probably keep digging on this a little bit more. Hopefully get that harmonic balancer off soon so we can pull that crank and get those caps off the connecting rods and stuff and continue on. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Thumbs up is greatly appreciated. Subscribe to the channel. You might learn something. You might make me learn something. Always open to suggestions. Anyway, talk to you guys again later.